This distinction causes more confusion than anything else in C, and it is genuinely simple once someone says it out loud. A declaration introduces a name and its type. It says, "This exists somewhere." A definition additionally allocates storage or provides a body. It says, "Here it is." Extern int counter is a declaration. It promises that an integer called counter exists in this program without creating one. Int counter, on its own, is a definition. It actually sets aside the storage. For functions, it is even clearer. Double area, taking a double semicolon, is a declaration. The same line with a body in braces underneath it is a definition. Declaration, it exists. Definition, here it is. Hold on to those two sentences because the next slide is nothing but their consequences. 3 rules and 1 footnote. First, you may declare a name as many times as you like, as long as all the declarations agree with each other. 10 files can each say extern int counter, and that is completely fine. Second, you may define it exactly once across the entire program. Once. Not once per file, once. Third, if you break that, the linker catches you, and the message reads, multiple definition of counter. That is a link time error, not a compile time one, and now you know exactly why. Each translation unit is compiled on its own, so neither compiler run can see the other definition. Only the linker sees them both. And the footnote, which trips people up, every definition is also a declaration. When you write int counter with no extern, you have both created the thing and introduced its name. Definition is the stronger word, it includes declaration. Here is the mistake in the wild, and almost every C programmer has made it once. Somebody puts int counter in a header file. It looks harmless. But remember what #include does, it pastes the text of the header into the file. So if 3.c files include that header, 3 translation units each contain a definition of counter, and you get 3 definitions of one name. Each file compiles perfectly happily on its own. That is the important part. There is no warning at all, and then the link fails with multiple definition of counter. And the linker helpfully tells you which object file it first saw the name in. If you ever see that message, do not go hunting through your .c files. Look in your headers first. That is where it nearly always is. So this is the shape that every C project settles into, and now you can see it is not a style preference, it falls straight out of the one definition rule. The header contains declarations only, extern int counter, and a prototype for bump. Include that from 50 files and you have 50 declarations, which is fine because declarations may repeat. The .c file contains the definitions, the actual integer, and the actual body of bump. That file is compiled once, so those definitions exist once. Declare in headers, define in .c files, define exactly once. If you remember one sentence from this chapter, that is a strong candidate. And note the asymmetry that catches people. Functions in a header do not need the extern keyword because a prototype is already a declaration and nothing else. Variables do, because without it you have written a definition.